I've made a big mistake. So most of the things on my lap right now are things that I have started but not finished, which is not good. As much as I love intuitive projects, just projects that come up, I get them done, and then I move past them, I have a few projects that I will start and not finish, and they've just been slowly piling up over the years. So I need to fix that. My plan is to make August my work in progress marathon. I'm going to try to do as many of these works in progress that I've already started and see how many I can complete. So I'm already currently working on a few that are just taking a little bit of time. Today I want to show you all the works in progress that I have to finish for August. Alright, let's get these out of the way. There's some more in the corner I forgot. Hold on. So last year I think I started these projects at pretty much the same time. I never got around to finishing them. The first one I have is this red sweater that I was trying to make. I was kind of going off of my own pattern, but at the same time I had started and restarted this project so many times that I just got fully burnt out of ever knowing what to do with this. And the specific image that I have is from Pinterest of a front tie sweater, and I loved it so much. I tried to make it myself with a pattern that I was just kind of drafting up as I went, and that was like a few versions ago. I want to say that this is the novice sweater. I just modified it to have a little bit of an I-cord tie and a little bit of a keyhole neck here. I keep trying this on over and over again, not being 100% sure that it's the direction that I need to go. Some days I think that it will look better with a short sleeve, some days I want it practically to have a long sleeve. I'm stuck in limbo, and honestly I would love to have this ready for the fall, so maybe this one needs higher priority on my list. So this next one is actually a little bit heartbreaking. This one I spent so much time on. This is the Rhoda jumper from Irene Lynn Knits. The beautiful jumper that she has described. All of this lacework has taken me forever. I tried it on and it's too big, and it breaks my heart to have to rip it all out. So that's the only thing that's keeping me back from finishing this. I love the color of the yarn. It's just like this softest grayish blue color, but it is way too big. Way too big. It's supposed to be oversized, but this takes it to a whole new level. Unfortunately, I think I'm just gonna have to rip this all out, which makes me very sad. It hurts my heart to see it sitting here, but I know one day you will be finished. Just not today. Bye-bye. In this box, I have a bunch of projects that I have either started or need to be frogged. A lot of it is from test knits that I will do. I will knit something just to figure out if the pattern works, and then decide that I no longer want it or need it. This is actually a sweater vest that I made last year that I totally misplaced. I have found you. You are found. A lot of this is just really nice yarn that I want to use again. With all this lace work at the bottom. This was one of my first test knits that I ever did for Fable Knitwear. I want to see if this actually still looks good on me, so I might not need to frog this one. I'm going to make a crochet valance for a window upstairs. I guess it's a nice banner, or maybe I could make it into a shawl. See, this is the problem. I get ideas on top of ideas and then I never fulfill them. So as much as I would love to finish you, there are too many things in this basket, let alone this room, that need to be finished. My plan is to finish as many of these works in progress as I can so that I can move on to newer projects. I hate having them sitting in my room just being like, oh, like, why don't you pick me up again, please? I'm just sitting here so lonely and unfinished. And then I feel so guilty that like I'm not doing that for them. In my heart, I'm like, no, you have so many new ideas that you want to fulfill, and it's just too much. Way too much, and I need to slow down, and that's what the month of August is going to be all about. It just reminds me of like how many projects I've like half finished. I need to frog all of this and start over with something else new. If anyone has any ideas on what silk yarn is best for, I think this is either a DK or a worsted weight silk. It's so soft and cool. I would love to figure out something to do with this, so if you have any ideas, let me know in the comments because I'm kind of stuck. The only crochet project that I have in the works is a dress that I've been trying to figure out the design of. Picture this, Harley Quinn in autumn on a casual day. I have this reference picture of Margot Robbie from Suicide Squad. This outfit for some reason just like rings in my head all the time. I have all this yarn left over from a project that I did last spring. I started doing different tests on size and basically how to put it together, and I never came up with a perfect plan. So that's where I started making solid diamonds, and then from there I started to patch them up all together. This project has been in the works for over 3 months. I would love to figure this out and get it finished, but I'm not 100% positive that I have the exact plan of action that I need to construct this dress. So this one might have to wait, unfortunately. I think that's all of my knitting and yarn projects. So let's move on to embroidery. I only have a few projects of embroidery that I'm working on and currently working on. I was working on it last night. So currently I am making an embroidered yoga top. As you can see, it doesn't stretch right now because I have washable interfacing on it. My hopes, and when I peel this away and wash it away, that it will be able to stretch enough for me to get it on my body, therefore being able to use it as like an exercise top. That is the hopes, that is the dreams. I have just finished the bulk of the front, and I am excited to have this torn away and washed away to see all of the laborious amounts of work that I've put into this. But before I can finish putting the top together, I also am supposed to do the same to the back. And honestly, I'm kind of nervous that I have to take away a bunch of the detail that I've added to the back, just because the front will be too structured with all the embroidery that it won't be able to stretch. I've tried to make it so that all the flowers and different little layers and pieces are singular, so that they're not all interwoven together like you could do with regular embroidery. I'm just hoping that I've done enough work of making them into singular patches that they can stretch on the fabric. If I have to compensate for any more stretch, it's going to be on the back. Specifically, I think I'm going to try to do it on the sides and just get rid of a little bit of detail there so that I have more elasticity to work with when sliding it on my body. So if you'd like to see how that turns out, stay tuned for hopefully next week, where I can finish all of the embroidery on this one and see how it works out. Oh, I'm nervous. As far as other embroidery projects that I have, this is probably the embroidery project that I have been needing to finish for a while. I saw an ad for the Domestika app, and I saw that you can do the realistic embroidery, which is something that I've always wanted to try. I would love to have pet portraits on my wall for the pets that I have lost in the past, and I figured that a course on this app, this website, would be the perfect thing to teach me. I love it so much. I want to get more in the future, but I'm stuck because I haven't picked this up in so long. This is going to be a realistic monarch butterfly. I think that it's going really well. I'm very happy with how this is turning out, and especially now that I have a little bit more experience with embroidery, I think I'm going to be a lot faster with this too. So this is very exciting to get back into this one. I just haven't had the time, or I've had other projects that have kind of pushed these ones out of the way. So that is why we are doing August as the smackdown takedown of all of the works and projects that I can. I have 2 art projects that I'm currently working on. Well, it's all dusty. I just don't know if you can see all the dust that just flew off this thing. I started painting this over 4 years ago, and I have never finished it. This is supposed to be a scene from my husband and I's first trip together. We went to Algonquin National Park. We did a full portage trip in a canoe. Absolutely beautiful, loved it. Not the bugs, but that's beside the point. This was one of like my favorite like core memories. This is done with acrylic paint. It's put onto, I believe, a watercolor paper base layer right now. I have a lot of fun painting, and I just don't do it enough, which is kind of sad because it is nice to just like put art onto an easel and just paint away and relax. This was like one of my favorite things from the trip. I need to finish this so that I can hang this up and look at it more often. The last painting thing that I have yet to finish is a paint by numbers, if you can't tell from all of the open spaces. I bought this at Michael's craft store. It is going to look like this. I absolutely love this painting. The kit, they give you the little pots with all the different paints in it, and I would just go around and fill in all of the green in this color, and then all the green in this color, and then all of the brown, and all of the tan. And I think that I'm going to have a lot more fun if I just stick with a section. The one gripe I have with this specific paint by numbers kit is that the colors are very off. I don't know if you can tell, this is like the color that my bedroom was in middle school, and this is like a beautiful aged green. Kind of want to mix my own paint and do this section over. My wall is very similar to this color green. This is not the vibe. A lot of you subscribed probably don't know much about me. You just know that I make lots of random things, whether it's sewing or knitting or just being weird. I would love to share more about myself, but I feel very weird just putting all that information out if no one is ever going to want to know. So if you would like to know more about me, leave a question in the comments and I'll make a Q&A in the future. Okay, what's next? Sewing projects. As for sewing projects, I really try to limit myself because sometimes they can take up a little bit more space than I would love. In this bag, I have 2 sewing projects that I don't think I have touched for over 2 years. Let's see what we got. Oh yes, I believe I actually did finish this project, but I did not like it, so then I started to tear it all apart. We've got a very wrinkly gathered skirt with a ruffle at the bottom. Bodice. This is the back that I think I wanted to turn into the front, and I have already cut that up, so I don't know if I can make that into a dress again. This pile of fabric used to be a dress that I had. This dress is based off a dress that I saw Rachel Cole wear. I love her style. Every image, picture, video I see of her, I absolutely love what she's wearing. I think my boys are home. So I need to figure out what to do with this fabric. It used to be that dress. I don't think I can make it again or make it the way I want it to, so I'm gonna find something to do with this, I guess. My kids came home from the park with my husband, so I gotta finish this up really quick, but I also have to be a little bit quiet so that they don't come in here and get distracted. So I bought this fabric, I wanna say I bought this fabric maybe 5 years ago. It is so whimsical and just so my style. I wanted to make it into just a basic casual dress until I rewatched Fantastic Mr. Fox, and I now want to make it into, does she have a name? His wife's, Mrs. Fox? Into a Mrs. Fox dress, and almost make it into like a cosplay and make a painting stash with all like her brushes and stuff. I think that would be so cute. This would be so fun to have this done for the fall as well. And so I might try to push this one as well. Editing Brooke here, just coming in really quick because I forgot 2 things, and they are from my giant pile of things that I intend to mend. So I have this jumpsuit that I bought from the thrift store. It was the totally wrong color. I dyed it. It is still the wrong color. It is still in progress. Thank you, Kat, for doing that. The last thing that I need to finish is this jumpsuit that I had bought from, I believe the store is Nothing Fits, but it's like a maternity store, and I bought this and never wore it because it fit very, very weird. So I'm going to make this into a pair of pantaloons. Wish me luck. Alright, back to the video. The last project that I have yet to finish has actually been on display this entire video. This chair I found at the side of the road. I have been trying to find an antique chair that is big enough that I can sit cross-legged and have lots of room for all of the projects that I want to do. This is my project chair. I love it. So far I have cut out new foam cushions for the top and bottom, fully cleaned this thing top to bottom. There is still a little bit of stains. I believe they're coffee stains because they're just like right here on the handrest. I have done all this work. I got appendicitis. I was kind of unable to work on this project and had to focus on other ones. I'm still on the fence of if I want new legs or if I just want to cover the bottom with a ruffle, and I have already purchased the fabric for this chair, and I would love to show you. So if you're thinking, Brooke, you idiot, none of these fabrics go together, you're right, but I'm not an idiot. I've been inspired heavily by this furniture style. I'm going to put some pictures here. I saw this on Pinterest. I fell in love. This is the eclectic grandpa vision that I have always loved. And with this chair and how it is shaped, I can fully do that. As much as they do fit very well in with the picture that I'm kind of basing this off of, I think that they need to have more cohesiveness. I decided to dye all of these fabrics in a unifying color. So I'll say we have around 10 projects that I could work on. If I can get through 5 would be ideal, and then I can move on to other projects that I have been dying to get onto. My brain just keeps moving at a pace that my projects can't, and right now these works and projects are kind of keeping me back. So I need to finish some of these so that I can move on and enjoy making things again without the worry of I'm starting another project again without finishing all the other projects that I still have. I'm not trying to shame anyone else who does this, but it's a part of me that almost feels bad that I'm not spending time on projects that I wish I could. So out of these 10 projects, the 5 projects that I would love to work on are the paint by numbers, the chair, the 2 embroidery projects, and either the red sweater or the yellow dress. Very hard to do when you're working a full-time job plus a mom, but I'm gonna try my best. I think the same with the butterfly project as with the paint by numbers project. I just want to work on it more than I have in the past. Here's to hoping that we can get this done as much as we can. You know, just working on little bits and pieces here and there is worth way more than just letting them sit here in the dust. So in my next video, I will be working on a few of these projects, hopefully finishing a few of these projects. So if you'd like to see that, stay tuned for next week's video. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a wonderful day. Bye.
Mom, I want to tell you something.
Okay, what?
Mom,
Mm-hmm.
red enough bite, but black one don't. That one don't.
What?
Because they have pincers. When they bite you, you have to go to the hospital.
I gotta go to the hospital
Yeah, when they bite.
when they bite you.